You know, I really wish that I wasn't so self-superior. I, God, fuck. I really wish that I wasn't so self-superior. And I don't want to be. I'm so insecure in all other ways, so I hide behind that security and pretend that I'm not secretly self-superior, that I don't secretly think that I know better than everybody else. And that's because I don't want to get caught confidently saying something that turns out to be wrong. Even if technically, like, there's no way that my opinions could be right or wrong, I hate being out-talked by somebody. And it's not even always because, like, their opinions are more fleshed out than mine or more informed or whatever. It's just because, they had the words already on hand, or they were just in the right mood and argument came to them. Seriously, though, like, who cares if they think I'm wrong? If they do, then I'll think that they're wrong. And then who the fuck is there to say who's right? People have always tried to prove their superiority or that their intelligence is higher, all to give their own words more weight than the people who disagree with them. So what if I'm no different? I'll just keep thinking that I'm right. But I'll at least listen to anybody who will tell me their views. And I'll tell myself that that makes me different than everybody else because it makes me more open-minded, and so my opinions are more informed and therefore better than theirs. It's all just fucking cyclical. We all just want to be right. I wish I wasn't so self-superior. But the truth is, underneath this humble exterior, I have so much conviction that I never share. You know what? Let them decide if I'm right or not. Let everybody else decide if I'm right or not. Because in the end, I'm just one perfectly flawed human. And so are every single one of them. Who's to say who's right and who's wrong? I just want to be heard. I just want to be able to say what I believe. I just want to say what I believe and not be so afraid of being wrong. God. And see, now my new form of self-superiority is honesty. I've spent so long trying to hide who I am. Now I've gotta just tell everybody how it is. I've gotta set an example of transparency and honesty and self-reflection because that's what I believe in. Like, I believe that everybody should sit down and just be honest with themselves. Like, why am I doing all this shit? Like, why am I doing all this shit? In the end, it all comes down to other people's approval. And I still don't know if I think that's right or not. Because the thing is, we all need other people. We all need other human beings to stand by us and support us because we can't do everything by ourselves. So we need other people who care at least enough to, help us get food and a roof over our heads. At the very least. But more than that, we need people who agree with us, who affirm our conviction and tell us that how we're feeling and what we think has value and can make a difference. And we also need people who are going to disagree with us, either lovingly or not lovingly. Both have their functions. It's all part of society. So, what's wrong with needing other people's approval? We all do. If you don't have anybody else's approval, then, well, there might be something wrong with you. I mean, even then it's tough to say, because, you know, if you don't have anybody else's approval, then maybe you just haven't met the right people who are going to approve. I want things to be straightforward. I really do. I think about the communities that I'm a part of and the communities that I love so much. The groups that I think have a healthy dynamic. But then I wonder what makes us different from the communities that we hate. I mean, the communities that we hate exclude us, and they say that there's something wrong with us. But sometimes we do that too. You know, I'm not just saying like we just all have to join hands and stand together, but sometimes I wish that would happen. Yeah. I just know it's a fantasy. So that's why I don't say it, because I know somebody's gonna come out and say that I'm wrong. And whatever. Let me be wrong sometimes. God, as much as it hurts to say that. Let me be right sometimes. My ideas do have worth, no matter what anybody else says to me. I'm a problem solver. I like things to be clean cut, for there to be a solution. That's why I always loved math growing up. Like, it's just a bunch of numbers and you put them together like puzzle pieces and you find what it really is at its base level. That's what I love so much about math. You simplify and simplify until it's just this one little solitary equation. Maybe it's a complex equation, like fucking, what's it called? The quadratic formula? Like, thank you, Miss Wisnant, for making that into a song, because no fucking way was I ever going to remember that shit. I just want there to be an answer to everything. I want people to all be good deep down inside. But you know, the truth of the matter is that nobody's really good. We're all just trying our best. And we might seem good or evil to somebody else depending on how well we align with their self-interests. But in the end, we're all just human, and there are no definite answers. And I wonder sometimes if that's why I'm so drawn to social issues, to these questions with no clear answers. Because I want there to be an answer. I want to find an answer. I want to be the person who finds the answer to this insanely complicated problem. And I know, rationally, I know that there's no simple answer. Yeah, I just want there to be some answers, but it's never going to be that simple. Not even as simple as the quadratic formula. Oh God. I love you. Good night.
Everything stays